We're here in the conference championship game. So we got two big games. We got Seattle and the Rams, and then we got Broncos and Patriots in the AFC. So, Dave, I know you thought the Patriots were not going to get here. So why not? Why not? Wingo and Dave. Wingo, tell me why the Patriots are here.
Here we go. Mickey Mouse, run.
It's time. Week 2 of this long war. I was actually almost a little bit disappointed. The Patriots did make a lot of mistakes last game that I didn't think they were going to make. So I'm going to say it again. They're not going to make that in this game. Obviously the Broncos, losing Bo Nix is huge, right? He was a guy that has been playing at an elite level, slinging the rock, communicate, is calm, able to get everybody lined up. But the Patriots, once again, the Wisconsin boys are out there. They're playing at a high level. The defense, the offense, the special teams. The special teams is what they pride themselves on, right? You look all the way back to a guy like Matthew Slater, who played in the league forever, was I'll get a Hall of Famer for just playing special teams. Like, that organization has a way of doing things and getting things done. So, I see Patriots pulling away with this one. Obviously, the Broncos not having their coach, or not their coach, their quarterback. But yeah, I'm going to shoot you down again this week, and it's going to be the Patriots.
Listen, Wingo. I mean, the Patriots quarterback, Drake May, has more fumbles than touchdowns on this run. This is a Mickey Mouse run if I've ever seen one. This is insane, the luck they're getting. I mean, poor Bo Nix. Bo Nix sacrificed himself to take down Josh Allen. And now Jarrett Stidham is going to have to step up to the plate. I don't know if we have this tweet, but if not, I'm rocking with Nick Foles. Did you guys see this Nick Foles tweet?
I did see that. Yeah.
Let me just find this for you guys about about his whatever. Can't find it. Basically saying, listen, the last time the Pats went up against the backup, they lost in the Super Bowl. I'm riding with Jarrett Stidham this week, all right? What I will say about the Patriots is that in this game against the Texans, I mean, outside of making Stroud look terrible, I mean, he's become the new 9 meme. Like, the poor guy is, I mean, it went from 9 to Tua to now Stroud. So it's jumping around. But that defense, I will give its credit because they played lights out. But, man, I'm telling you, man, I get it. I don't think they're terrible, but, like, I don't think they're this super crazy AFC horse. Like, I just don't. I think the NFC, and we'll get to that later, is going to pound either one of them. But since we're in the AFC, listen, it's going to be tough. We got a backup quarterback, but I'm still going to ride with the Broncos at home. The Patriots, I think the playoff stat, I don't think they've ever won in Denver. So I'm going to keep riding with the football gods and hope that they reward Broncos for taking down Josh Allen. And I have one final hate watch left, and it's that one.
I will say this, and I don't think, at least I haven't seen much about it, but that Houston Patriots game, weather was an insane factor in that game. I mean, how many turnovers did it end up being? Was it
the only reason they won?
It was at least 8. I think it might have gone into 10, honestly. I forget how many it was, but it was at 8 at one point. I mean, Drake May. I think that 10 alone. Drake May honestly could have had 4 turnovers in that game, though. I mean, I think he fumbled 3 times or 4 times. Only 1 was lost. And Will Anderson is a freaking beast, bro. What the hell, bro? It's like he's going against a good tackle, too. Like that guy. Who's the left tackle over there in New England? I forget his name.
Will Campbell.
Yeah.
Yep. Will Campbell,
stud. And Will was just doing whatever he wanted and stripped Drake May, like, willingly. Yep. So weather played a factor, and Orlovsky, I saw, did an apology because he was like, I think 31 other quarterbacks could have got it done, this week. And then he's like, my bad, CJ, I didn't mean it, But reality is I know. Reality is, like, if you're CJ Stroud, you got to play a better game. And we were talking about in the chat, like, was there going to be a move at quarterback in the middle, of this game? But yeah, Patriots defense also, I think, deserves some credit there. Played really well when they needed to, and it was always like CJ threw a pick, and then boom, here comes Will Anderson, strip sack on Drake May. It was just a crazy game. But I do think that, unfortunately, the Pats are going to just be too much for Stidham in this game. Broncos defense is good, right? Like, we know they'll keep him in that game. But it'll be very similar like what we saw this week, right? Like, Pats will hang around. Their defense will also play well, but it'll become too much late in that game. And Drake May he's been making plays with his legs all playoffs too. But Dave, we may be seeing the Pats in the Super Bowl, bro.
I mean, it's an absolute nightmare scenario, but it's because, you know what's even the worst part is, I mean, we're only 2 episodes into this thing. I've been calling the Patriots fraud since week 1. All right, so this has been a slow burn that is going to be really bad if they freaking win it all. But I really, again, I'll hold strong. I'll defend home turf, and I will become the biggest. If they get to the Super Bowl, I might paint my face in whatever colors coming out of the NFC because I cannot let them win.
I feel that. And I mean, kind of going back a little bit, one more before we kind of preview this game a little bit more. But, Josh Allen, right? We were talking about like this path in the AFC. Like if there was a year to get it done, it was supposed to be this year, right? Like that's what it felt like. Obviously now McDermott gets fired. Josh Allen, I think, had 4 turnovers in that game. Like, is Josh Allen going to be able to get it done?
I am a firm believer that no.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be able to get it done.
Oh yeah, we go.
He's had a lot of opportunities, right? He's got the pieces around him, and you just can't get over that hump. Obviously, McDermott, there had to be a change made. Honestly, I didn't expect it.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was going to happen. So when I saw it, I was very kind of blown away by it. But obviously, they just haven't got it done. So if you're not getting it done, something's got to change. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter at what level you're at. If it's not working, make a change. And that's what they're doing. So, hopefully they're able to add some pieces or change some around, but they got to go back to the drawing book. They got to go back to the board, figure out what's going wrong and change it. I don't know whether or not it's Josh Allen or whatever it might be, but that's your guy, right? He's supposed to be the superhero. They put the cape on in the big time moments to make those plays. And when it's came down to it, in the game that matters the most, it hasn't happened. You see it sometimes in the regular season, early in the playoffs, to get over that hump, to get to the Super Bowl. It has not happened, and I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
I don't even know how they were in that game. I mean, with the 4 or 5 turnovers, and here they are 30-30 in OT. Like, it's like any other team would have gotten blown out.
Yep.
The fact that he turned the ball over as many times as he did, and they had a chance to win in OT, I mean, you can talk about that, that interception in the back, Brandon Cooks, this guy fighting for the ball.
Yeah, that was a controversial call.
I mean, the Bills could have very easily won that game with as bad as he played. So, I mean, the fact that he played that bad, it shows how good he is and how good that team is to stick around with all those mistakes. But, yeah, I mean, he was shooting himself in the foot all night long.
Cue the Michael.
Was it the right call?
Meme. I had to take a second about it. Was it the right call? I think it was. When you look at it, the full control, but he was kind of on the ground and then rolling over him. So it's super controversial. And now, now it's just going to go back and forth with other games if something happens like that similar.
There was already stuff that happened, I think, in the later slot the next day that there was
another
comparing.
catch that was just like it. So I don't know. I think it was an interception. When you played it fast, I thought, he immediately got it. I think so. Look at it like soccer, right? When a guy gets kicked in the shin, you're selling it, right? You're selling that.
Yeah.
Oh, he kicked me, so you get the penalty. He sold the interception. He got up. So everyone's thinking it's an interception. So those are little things that you got to learn. Like play it off. And I know receivers get taught that. When you catch the ball, you might know it hit the ground in between your arms, but you get up and you're I don't know what you're doing, but you're saying first down. So things like that, I think it was a catch.
Yeah. I mean, Joey B, I don't think he's tweeted in 2 years, comes out and tweets like basically saying like, the refs got it right. So, let's stop talking about it. You guys don't know ball. I know ball. You don't. And it's the right call. So, I'm going to roll with Joey B and saying that they got it right.
I mean, I'm going to roll with Joey B on that just because it cost the Bills a win. So, yeah, I'm rolling with it too. I kind of want to touch on something Wingo said that he doesn't think Josh will ever get it done. I disagree. Because he ain't doing it in Buffalo, all right? If Josh wants to win, he's got to leave that loser franchise who can't win anything, all right?
And I want to talk about the loser franchise when we get into the coaching carousel, because I'm sure you guys saw it, that whole thing with the GM, conversation and what he said about Keon Coleman and all that. So I want to touch on you going deeper into, maybe it is a loser franchise, and that's kind of why they haven't been able to get over the hurdle. So let's circle back to that, because I do think there's something there. But outside of that, obviously the Bo Nix injury, very devastating there. Kind of a weird injury.
Yeah.
And I think it happened on that scramble play
out of nowhere
when he rolled out to the left and he finished the game, right? So props to him for kind of finishing out that game with a broken ankle.
Yeah, definitely was something where the adrenaline was kicking. There had to have been something prior. Whether or
He
not
limped a little bit, I saw too.
Maybe there was a fracture or something going on, and finally, kind of that was the last stretch of it.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what's going on in his head right now.
Yeah.
Finally being able to get there, and you're making that leap as a quarterback, and now I just am picturing that team meeting right the next day, and everyone's looking like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe this. But yeah, I mean, good for him, sacrificing his body to knock Josh Allen out of it. So hopefully your boy's able to come in and get something done, at least make it a good game for the Pats.
Yeah. Stidham versus Drake May. Who would have guessed that, right? And then how crazy would it be, we got our boy over there in Seattle dealing with the oblique injury and Sam Darnold. All of a sudden, the oblique gets a little tweaked up a little more, and then we're getting a Drew Lock and a Stidham Super Bowl.
I got a graphic for you guys. I got a graphic right here. Right
there we go. There are the boys. Let's see, hopefully all four of them, or who the two are after this week. But, Drew Lock, Stidham Super Bowl would be insane. All right, so, yeah, let's jump over to Seattle. All right, this is the juggernaut of the weekend.
This is my Super Bowl.
And the Rams. Yeah, it does feel that way, right? It feels like whoever kind of is going to win out of the NFC is kind of the better team compared to anyone in the AFC. So, Dave, I'll start with you on this side. Talk to me kind of what your thoughts are on the weekend, right? That Bears game was crazy. Rams end up pulling it off. And then, Seattle was dominant in that game against the 49ers. I had called it as possibly the game of the weekend, and they proved me wrong.
The power plant got to it.
This Seattle's just looks so damn good. And then opening kickoff, it was just dominant in every phase.
Yeah, they're looking like the best team in the NFL. I thought that it would be a blowout, but I also didn't think to this extent. I think I predicted like 28-10 or something, like 41-6 or something. It was crazy. I think this team is so well-rounded and they're so well-coached that I really think that between them or the Rams are the two best teams. I'm backing the Rams because, like I mentioned last week, I'm all in on the Rams this year. I do think that this is just Stafford's magical season. Like, this is kind of go out on top. I don't know if he's going to retire or not, but like this is like almost a perfect send-off. And I really do think the Rams are just as good, if not like, if they're like right here, neck and neck. They split the regular season series. They're both playing so well. I mean, the Rams, the fact that they won that game, the Bears were the hottest team in the NFL and the luckiest team I've ever seen. I mean, I thought, like, again, toward the end of the game, I'm like, I think I said this last week, I'm like, they just somehow find a way to win. And that Caleb Williams play is one of the craziest plays I truly have ever seen in a playoff game. And the fact that they survived that, it might be the Rams year, baby. But I'm expecting this game to be really close, high action. Like, it's going to be incredible.
Yeah, I think I do agree with you now. After last week, you talk about it, the send-off for Matthew Stafford. He's been playing at elite level in the MVP conversations. They do have a good team, but Seattle is just, they've been different. I saw the video that they had in the team meeting. I think it was 2 years ago or something, and they talked about having the journey in the championship. It's going to be 30 degrees, wet and windy, and they're there now, and like they've prepped for this, and they have a team that's bought in. So I'm still going to roll with Seattle. I just think they're firing on all phases right now. Sam Darnold is using all of his weapons. It sucks to lose a big-time guy like Charbonnet, right? He's their touchdown back. He's their guy they're bringing in the short distance and all those things. But Kenneth Walker is playing at an elite level right now as well. So I think he's been able to get the job done, and Seattle's going to come out with this one.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up Kenneth Walker, but they did lose Charbonnet, which is huge, right? Because you're able to kind of ride that tandem between the two, right? Charbonnet being that physical guy, and then Kenneth just kind of being that elusive back, which, he had a monster game against San Francisco. But I do think that plays a factor, right? Because I think that opens up Kenneth Walker's game, right? When you're able to ride kind of that two-back system.
He's a stud, man.
Yeah. He's a stud. And you saw it last week. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it last week as well. Like, that 49ers defense was banged up, and it was eventually going to catch up to them. And it felt like it did, obviously, this week. But that's just how good Seattle is, right? Like, they are going to beat you in every phase. I mean, opening kickoff, Shaheed, who's been great for them since they acquired him in the middle of the season.
I wonder who got him over there. Huh?
He's been electric on special teams, right? And then obviously Sam Darnold's been very efficient. You need him to make plays, he'll make plays, and then you're riding with that defense that's they just fly to the ball. They're physical.
Yeah. One of the things I can see that's going to change with the offense, right, is you're going to see Shaheed be a lot more involved in end-around runs. You're going to see, because they got to take a little bit off Kenneth Walker. Yeah. Obviously having the 1-2 punch with Charbonnet. But now, right, Shaheed's got to do some end-around runs. They got to have him maybe in the backfield to motion it out wide, certain things. I think they're going to mix it up this week with just having some different looks just to, because when you game plan for two running backs that are two different styles, it's difficult, right? And now you have just a specific back that does one thing. It changes your game plan a little bit. So I think Seattle's got to come out with something that throws them off a little bit, that's able to get mismatches with the backers, mismatches with some of the guys they have coming out of the backfield and in the slot. So I think that's something Seattle's definitely got to put in their game plan this week.
That, and I mean, you got to assume that the Rams are going to just kind of try to load the box, right, and force Darnold to be the guy to beat them, right? I mean, it felt like and
they've got weapons too.
Yeah, they do. And it felt like last year when we saw Sam Darnold get eliminated in that first round, like that was the game plan. Like, we got to force Sam to be the guy. I don't think the 49ers were ever really able to get to that because of the fact that, opening kickoff, they returned, like they're already playing down. So I think it kind of shifted the way how they wanted to approach that game. Obviously, 49ers did a great job of kind of taking McCaffrey away in that game as well. Purdy was under pressure that whole game. So I think defense really won in that game, and Sam Darnold didn't really have to do that much. If this game becomes one of those games where like Darnold has to play from behind, this is where we have to see if Darnold can really be that guy, right? Because we know Stafford can be that guy. He's been doing it all year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Dave,
listen, the last time these two teams played, it was probably the best game in the regular season, and he had to do just that, because I think if my memory serves me correct, the Seahawks were down big, and then Sam Darnold leads this crazy big comeback to win it at the end. I am curious to see if he can do that, especially now that we mentioned he is dealing with an injury. He's a little banged up, but I really do think that team is as solid as they. I think they both are, man. I really think that this game is going to be whoever has the ball last type thing. Like, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes, and really whoever the luck of the draw who comes out with the ball last. I really think so. Like, I think that these two teams are so evenly balanced and so close that you can coin flip this game for me. Like, I think they're both really good. And again, like, these are the two best teams in the NFL.
I already know who our dude of the week is next week, because he was my dude all damn year long. And it's Myers, the kicker for Seattle, baby. He is a dog, bro. And I'm bringing him up because, like you said, who's going to have the ball last, right? He's been so good for them and has just pretty much made everything all year, right? It doesn't matter, over 50 yards, like he's hitting it. And I remember in my fantasy run this year, right, I was 2-7.
Oh, Lord.
Like, battling for, I'm like, bro, here I am. I'm going to have to battle for the damn fucking last seed and not try to do the punishment. And are we good over here? Oh. I'm off screen right now.
Yeah. You're talking about the kicker. That's what makes teams elite, right? When you're able to have a kicker that can, drill it from anywhere around on the field, left hash, right hash, in the middle, even when you're getting past it in that logo area, that's something that can be a game changer when you're doing play calls. Your play calling completely changes when you have a guy that can just be automatic. And I think the kicking game is going to change. You look at guys like Cam Little at Jacksonville, right?
Yes.
He's hitting 70-yarders now. And I think, if I'm Jacksonville and I'm getting to that 50-yard line, I'm kicking the field goal every single time and just chipping away at points and chipping away at points. So I think that's something they definitely have.
That's a great point.
That they're going to use, and it's going to be really successful for them.
Do we think that they've made kicking too easy? Like, isn't there like an adjustment this year, like with the balls or something? Like, am I wrong to think that? Like, is that just like a fake conspiracy that I read? But like, I'm pretty sure they made a change to like the balls and the kicking. Yeah. Again, I don't know, because it seems so easy this year. Like, these guys, like you said, like This guy from Jacksonville breaks a record, and then I think he like basically was going to break it again. Like he's kicked like 460 yarders. I'm like, this guy's insane. All outdoors, not even in a dome. Like, did they make kicking too easy? Because it's insane. Because like you said, you get to the 50, and you're like, all right, well, I guess we're kicking a field goal. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's been crazy what these. Granted, it's obviously the evolution of kickers now, right? Like they're so good, but holy cow, man, some of these guys are ridiculous.
Yeah, it's definitely they have a rule with like the kicking balls and the regular balls, and they try and switch them out. And sometimes, there's so many different factors that go into it. Are you playing in a dome? Are you playing outside? Do you get the laces when you kick it? Is it the right ball? There's so many different factors. So props to those guys, right? I know everybody hates on them, right? You miss an extra point or miss a field goal. When I look at college game day, right, when they have something like the random draw where they get to have a chance to kick the field goals. It's actually hilarious because during the Miami game, I actually had the chance to go to the tailgate and actually be one of the 300 people that got the ticket. Little did I figure out after waiting there for 6 hours that any former college athlete can't do the kick. So I found that out after getting my ticket. So, but yeah, it's kicking is hard, man. So props to these guys, and when they're able to get it done, it's amazing just to see how electric they are, how fired up their team are just about it, because it is a very stressful position
for sure. And like you talk about like a guy like Cam Little, defenses are going to strategize completely different, knowing that a guy can go up there and kick a 65, 70-yard field goal, right? And you're going to also approach your offensive game plan completely different too, because like when you need those points, right? End of a half, right? Obviously end of a game, like now all of a sudden it's like, oh shit. I mean, if he gets to the 50, we might have a chance, right? Which before that wasn't even a thought.
Yep.
It's insane. It's insane. But give me, Dave, give me your prediction for this week. Score predictions. Who you got? I mean, I know who you got, but I want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm still rocking with the Rams. Like I mentioned last week, my last future left. I'm riding the Stafford year, but I do think that this is going to be a crazy game, one-score game. Give me 27-26 Rams. I think it's legit going to be a one-point game.
Wow.
That's pretty nuts because I think the spread is 2.5 as well. I think it's going to be like a 31-34. It's going to go all the way to the wire. I think Seattle ends up pulling it off. But yeah, man, I think, looking back at their regular season matchup and what they had, I think it's going to be very, very similar to that. I do, however, think in the beginning of the game, it's going to be slow. I do think, after last week of firing out and putting up points so quickly, I think there's going to be so much adrenaline and so much stuff going on all at once. They're going to come out, defensive battle. They're going to come out on defense, firing on all angles. And then once you get to the, middle to end of that second quarter to come out at halftime, it's just going to be an air raid, and these guys are going to go crazy.
So, yeah, the over-under is 47 right now. So
take it.
Take the over. Take the over, boys. I was looking, weather's not really going to be a factor. I mean, it might be 30s, maybe even 40s by, at game time. So
that's going to be warm compared to what the Rams played in this weekend.
Exactly.
This past weekend.
Exactly. So weather's not going to be a factor. I don't know what the weather's like in New England. Let me actually take a quick look at
that. No, it's in Denver.
Or Denver, yeah. Which I don't think it's going to be that bad either. There's a crazy snowstorm.
Yeah, storm coming up.
Yeah, like a crazy ice storm. So they play Saturday or Sunday?
I think both games are Sunday.
Both games, yeah, Sunday at 3 p.m. So Sunday, no, it's going to be fucking freezing.
And whoever said it last, you were talking about that weather is
the high is 22 degrees.
Yeah, whoever said that weather's not a factor. Obviously, once you get in those circumstances,
super harsh conditions.
Yeah. But I think, when I look back to even, like the Patriots game last week, guys are missing tackles. Like if you pull up a stat for all the missed tackles, because you don't want to throw your arms.
No, absolutely not.
You're throwing a shoulder here and that. And you're just bop, bop like a little pinball machine because it's so dang cold. And it hurts to hit that turf or grass or whatever it might be. So the weather is definitely going to have a big factor. And, it's going to be a lot of running the ball. And there's going to be a lot of, I think, potential turnovers or interceptions down in the back end.
What's the coldest game you ever played in?
The coldest game I actually ever played in was, I think it was 17 degrees. One of them was in 8th grade. I just decided to completely not play because I was just too cold. The other one was
Coach.
I wasn't having it. And the other one was up in Missouri. We played Missouri. I believe it was in 2022, I think. And it was about 17 to 19 degrees. And when I tell you that you're putting the you're putting stuff all over your arms, because it feels weird when you put on leggings and you get hot sometimes. So what a lot of people do is they put on, I'm having a brain fart of what it's called, but you put it all
cream or whatever.
You put it all over your body, and it kind of helps insulate you. And then sometimes when you're out there, you don't really realize it because you're going and you're rolling. So that's good. But the second you get over to that bench, if you don't have a heated bench or a little bike to roll on, it's wraps. I'm not even going over to the bench to watch the film. I'm going right to the bike and the heater. You bring the iPad to me because I can't do it in the cold.
I mean, shout out to the the crews on the sideline, bro, because they don't
running out, giving them the jacket,
a timeout on the field, and they're running out, putting the jacket immediately on them. It is so crazy how much shit goes into running a game day operation. It's wild. But yeah, that about does it. So you got the Seattle. I got Seattle as well. I think it's also going to be a really close game.
Rams.
I'm just picking the opposite, so we just go to
war every week.
Hey, listen, we split it last week, Wingo. All right, let's see if it's the same thing too. It was the Rams Bears, and then it was Patriots Texans. We're running it back, Rams Patriots. So let's freaking do it, baby.
I got Rams tying it up late, and my boy Myers kicking the game winner to send them to the Super Bowl.
How far? You have to guess the distance.
56.
Oh yeah.
He misses it, they go to OT. He makes it, they're going to the damn Super Bowl.
That would be legendary.
That would be lit. And then you got in the Super Bowl, you're going to have Seattle.
I'm going to still roll with Seattle and the Patriots. I think the Patriots pull this off. It would be a cool story to see the Broncos hang in there a little bit. But I just don't think they're going to be able to do it. The defense, if you look at Pat Surtain, is a little bit banged up too. He had the stinger in his shoulder. Nick Bonito's been playing great. I just don't think on offense that they're going to be able to have the whole chemistry. That is a tough thing to do when you've had chemistry throughout the entire year and Bo Nix gets everyone rolling and you just have, no knock to him, but it's hard to have that. And you're at a big time game. It's a big level of competition. And I think Seattle or the Patriots are actually going to take advantage of that, and it's not going to be too close. I take them by at least. I'm taking my own spread at 13.5.
Well, can I jump on that spread? I'll take plus 13.5.
It's right now plus 4.5.
4 is what it is?
4.5.
Look at that. Vegas knows. They're like, Jared Stidham time. It's moved. I think it's opened at 5.5. So listen, Vegas knows something.
Take the Broncos.
Vegas knows something.
I got New England, unfortunately, and Seattle in the Super Bowl, but I got Seattle winning it all next week, or in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so we got electric playoffs. I'm excited. All right.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Yeah, go for it. No, jump in.
No, I was going to say like the more I listen, obviously thinking of the actual scenario of Jared Stidham just upsetting the Pats would be incredible.
It would be.
And so my mind's saying just don't be an idiot, go to the Pats. But my heart rides and my hate watches, baby. Broncos Nation, let's ride.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.